We do have guests in our studio. We're delighted to intro John Martin and Abigail Gall here from Simon House. Thank you all so much for being here this morning.
Thank you.
Thanks for inviting us.
So we mentioned that there's a murder mystery dinner in October, which we'll get to that here in a minute. But before we do, talk to us a little bit about the history of Simon House.
Simon House has been around for quite a while, mid to late 1980s. And most people don't know that Simon is an acronym.
Oh, that is good to know, actually.
So write this down.
Yeah.
We'll cover this when we're done talking.
Yeah.
But Simon House, I have to write it down because I can't remember. Serving infants and mothers' ongoing needs.
Oh.
That's what Simon
Okay,
stood for.
yeah.
Serving infants and mothers' ongoing needs. It was originally just the one facility over on Campbell Street, which was a shelter for women with children who are single and homeless and women who are pregnant. That has evolved, and we now have families over there, men with children. There are 3 parts to Simon House. That is the historic one. That's where we started. Mm-hmm. And then building out of that, while we were at Campbell Street solely, we also started the community programs, which is one of our largest things, but one of the least understood. Mm-hmm. That's the original facility over. Do you have a picture of the new building over across from the cemetery, the old health department?
We do not.
We'll get you one.
No. Yeah.
But the community programs works with helping people with their basics. We help them with case management, with food, with clothing, possibly helping them with jobs and paperwork. These are folks who are close to homeless. They're marginally there. Mm-hmm. Food challenged, housing challenged. So we work with them. That is now housed in our main new facility, which is the old health department across from the cemetery.
231 East Main.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. And that building has been a real great asset for us. We also have the third part of our 3-legged stool there, and that is the shelter. Downstairs we have a day center, which is operating, I think it's 10 to 6:30. I forget the exact hours right now. Monday through Friday.
10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Thank you.
Is what I've got.
See, you could be doing this.
That's right. But you all did all the great work by putting all that information out there on your website, simonhouseky.org.
Yeah,
so
the day center is very, very good. We've had to struggle. We had the 24-hour shelter, which was really given a lot of high praise in the community for what we were doing. But we had to close it several months ago for lack of funding. Okay. And we're talking about getting ready for a fundraiser. Let me just say that in order to fully staff, just staff, the 24-hour shelter, it's $1,000 a day. Wow. That's for staff, 3 shifts of 2 people at least on each shift. And we need to have at least 2 people on each shift when we're fully functioning, because you don't know. We're a low barrier shelter. Anybody can walk through that door.
Maybe we should talk about too what kind of employees we have that offer.
Oh,
yeah.
Our
not
employees
just
are beyond
admins.
belief. Yeah, go dive in there for a minute.
So just the healthcare workers
Yes.
that we have. That way, when people come in, they can help them meet those needs. We have Tasha Gray, who just put on a great resource fair.
Yes.
She's one of our community engagement employees. We have case managers and social workers. So it's not like
a nurse.
Yeah, a nurse on staff. It's not like the funding is just going to people that are organizing cans or,
No.
making sure they're taking a shower. These people are offering mental and emotional support services.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Yeah.
We take people where they are.
Yeah.
We have people who come in with absolutely zero paperwork. Mm-hmm. And we start them in the process of just getting
An ID.
some identity. Yes.
Yeah. And it's such a great resource for folks like that who come in and they just don't really know what's the next step.
Where you start.
Where
That's
you
a
even
big,
start.
Yeah.
So
you'll provide internet access for folks too, or they can
job search
and job search and
and we're hopeful that we can reopen the 24-hour shelter, but we're not going to reopen until we have sustainable funding. We're not closing again. Yeah. That was a traumatic day, and that to me, that day was one of the hardest days I've ever had. Was when I met with the staff that morning, and almost to a person, the staff member said, "Can we volunteer to keep the shelter open or take a pay cut?" Mm-hmm. That's commitment.
And people were working for basically free for a little bit.
They were.
Just to make sure that their clients,
and some have come back to volunteer with us. So it's an amazing crew from top to bottom. Top to bottom. So those are the 3 parts. I want to just mention homelessness in a broader context for a minute.
Yeah.
We all read the news. We all watch the news, and we see the homeless crisis throughout the country, throughout the world, and it is not getting smaller. And we read what's going on in Los Angeles, in San Francisco, in Louisville, in Shepherdsville, and in Frankfurt. And I've had people say, well, where are the homeless? Well, they're under the bridge. They're behind the administrative office of the course. They're behind Kroger. They may be walking through your backyard, and you may not want to see them.
And they may be working where you're going in and eating. I mean,
Yeah.
There
a lot
are
of people
working
don't realize.
homeless.
Yeah.
And just an aside, one of the issues with helping people find housing, well, there are several issues. One is affordable housing. We don't have much. But an even bigger issue is if a person has in their past an eviction or a conviction, they're blocked. That's a huge issue. Some of us are trying to work through some legislative avenues to address the eviction conviction issue. Because we have people who are employed, but they cannot get housing because of that. It's a big issue.
Yeah, that really is. You all mentioned briefly touched on the Family Resource Fair that was this past weekend. Tell us about that. It was Saturday and Sunday, or Friday and Saturday?
Friday.
Friday we did a giveaway, and then it kind of rolled into Saturday. So our giveaways consist of any donated items, clothing, food, house, decor, plates, anything you need. So they set that up Friday. You just kind of go in and shop and take what you need.
Yeah.
And then it rolled into Saturday, where we started a resource fair at 9 a.m. It went till about 1:30, really, because we had such a good turnout.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of kids things to do. Underserved population, especially children, they don't get to experience things like that a lot. So I was face painting, and it was just so touching to see a little
She's
kid.
good at that. If you guys want face painting.
We had, of course, the health department there giving COVID vaccines and flu vaccines.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, the health department was paying. You got two $25 gift cards when you got your COVID vaccine that day. That was pretty awesome. We had free pizzas. I mean, the Elks Lodge and the Kiwanis donated all kinds of tables. And
There were a lot of community partners.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I was just on your all's Facebook just this morning.
It was wonderful to feel the community kind of put their arms around us again, since what's occurred recently. It just felt nice that people wanted to be involved. But it was a great turnout. We had
Well over 200, I think.
Oh, easy.
Oh, that's amazing.
We had, and the giveaway part of it, we brought out probably 100 boxes of donated goods, and you should have seen the boxes that we put in the recycling. It was insane.
Oh, yeah.
It was wonderful. But we plan on doing it annually.
Okay.
So Homelessness Awareness Week is in October, actually. So for next year, Tasha, Ashley Williams, and I have been talking about maybe putting on events during that week. But it's definitely going to be an annual event.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And just to give you an idea of how big this was, it was almost too big for our location.
Yes,
And we're going to need to look to a larger space to do this. It really took off.
Yeah.
We had, of course, where the Simon House Day Center is, we had that parking lot, and then we had to take over the health department's parking lot, and we were
Okay.
shuttling people in from the CHR building because,
For parking.
So
was
yes,
amazing.
anybody out there that wants to donate their large
space.
space,
That's
now's your
right.
opportunity.
You mentioned October, but you do have an event coming up next month. It's the Murder Mystery Dinner Theater. Tell us about that.
Well, it has a title, Mediums, Mischief, and Murder.
Perfect.
There's a professional or semi-professional acting troupe that does a lot of work with nonprofits who is working with us to do this. And we're working to have it at the Elizabeth, which is the old Catholic church downtown. And Beth from Bee's Bakery is going to be catering it.
Okay.
And so we have some fabulous food coming.
Yeah, paella.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, yeah, what?
It's-
Nowhere else in
tell you.
Frankfurt has that.
No.
If you guys want, it's a little early to be drooling, but the food's going to be
The
great.
food is awesome.
It's going to be great. And a
does a great
silent
job.
auction.
Yeah.
And I've given you guys copies of our brochure, our handouts for the silent auction for corporate sponsorships and information about it. So they'll have some out here.
Okay.
But let me, and you'll probably put this up if you don't have it.
Yeah, sure.
Our website and our phone number to call for more information. The phone number 502-223-2138. And the website's easy to remember, www.simonhouseky.org. And the wealth of information out there.
And so
I
can
think
people
this
get-
is going to be a really big event. This is our big fundraiser this year.
Okay. And people can get tickets on the website as well?
Yes,
Okay.
our tickets are, It's all set up through an online program, Octria, if anybody wants to know what the program is. And they manage the silent auction and the tickets, which really is neat. Everything's done very efficiently, very effectively, and I like that.
So the beauty of that too is that even if you weren't going to the event, you can still bid on the silent auction because you know
Yes,
we
yes,
opened
yes.
it before that. Tickets for that event we have determined will be $85 per person, or you can buy a table for $800, and that's 10 people
10
per
people.
table.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. I don't know any place in Frankfurt that's hosted an event similar to this.
It's going to be a big
So-
deal, and
Yeah.
we expect the two of you to be be there. With
Well,
family.
if it's
We're
off-
good for one table right here.
Yeah.
I think
Feel
it's
like
tough.
coming.
If it's a Friday in the fall, like
yeah.
starting middle of August, I'm
Almost
pretty much
all
Thursday.
this
It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
Thursday,
Thursday
October
night.
26th.
That's good to know. Well, let's talk. We mentioned the website. They can get tickets at simonhouseky.org.
There it is.
Folks can also donate if they're not able to attend the event.
Yes.
There are donation options there as well, right?
And that's a plus on several levels. You can donate to come, you can donate, and then we have some extra tickets for our staff to attend.
Okay.
And for some of our clients, because they're an integral part of what we do. We're all one big happy family, so we want to help those who help us.
Of course, our sponsorship packages as well, if anybody would be interested on that level.
Sure.
Those will be on the website, and they can contact that phone number. There's different parts to it. So your
There are
base
the
level,
levels.
your base
Yeah.
level, and then as you move up with your donation, you can get up to 5 free tickets to the event
Oh,
based
that's
on your sponsorship, what level you choose. So, you could send yourself or you could send friends.
That's good to know.
And with your ticket, another good part is we're going to have a specialty cocktail to play off of
That's
the
right.
murder mystery theme. So it's going to be a spooky cocktail to
Okay.
include with your meal.
That sounds great.
It will not be real blood.
That's good to remind people. Well, it's a play on the theme.
Yes,
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 Actual blood is used there.
And do you all have volunteer needs if anybody has time they
Yes.
want to donate?
Yes, of course. Which you could go through our main office. Her name is Tasha Gray. And you can also email or get on the website, and there's a tab on our website to fill out a volunteer
Okay.
sheet. But yes, we are always looking for volunteers, service staff and door people.
Oh,
and
yeah.
anybody.
Runners.
Plus, you get to see a cool show.
You do. Oh, you really do.
It's like the best volunteer thing you could do.
Yeah.
Right?
We've done two of these, and I think two in the past, and they were enormously successful. This replaces the old Margaritaville, which we're not going to be doing again. I think that it's going to be great.
October 26th.
Thursday.
If they want to get their tickets, go to simonhouseky.org.
Yeah, all the info you could possibly need, donating, volunteering, it's all there. simonhouseky.org. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
to have you here. You all do fantastic work.
Thank you.
The plant board is big with the United Way, and for 23 years, Simon House has been one of my targets that you can choose.
And we're a United Way agency.
Yes, absolutely, and that's how I first became aware of you all and the work you were doing. It's just fantastic and very appreciative.
Maybe we can schedule another interview closer to the event.
Yeah.
Where we can have even more information
Yeah.
with the QR code so that
Oh, sure.
while we're talking, they can do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sounds great.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you all for being
Have a
here.
great weekend.
Thanks, you too.